Hello, Mackenzie. Wow, look at her, man. Is this another catfishing thing, or does she actually look this good, man?
Well, funny story I have for you. Is there such thing as catfishing when it comes to just verbal? Like, can you be a verbal catfisher? Because I guess
Absolutely.
back in the day when there was just pagers and phones and you didn't have the video capability, you could voice catfish, right? Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, for sure.
So, you know, I do want you to maybe just randomly pull up an interview of hers. She's 27 years old, okay? She was born in Phoenix, Arizona, okay? She's obviously a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter and has spent some time in Brazil. And, you know, I just want you to quickly pull that up, okay? It just, when you watch her transition as a career, it's very funny to see what we're dealing with here, you know?
So I'm pulling up an interview here from, looks like recently, May 30, 2020.
Let's do it. It's funny because I actually had posted that to our page because I was just, you know, it's such a funny story to me. It's a long-standing story when it comes to Mackenzie Dern because we're just like, man, you know, Phoenix is definitely, you know, developing some half Brazilians to the level where, you know, they can even change their accents at 20, you know, something years old. You can hear this, right? Like I can hear it and I'm giggling at myself. It's like, yo, what happened? Yo, what happened? Like, I'm gonna go confirm. Yes, Phoenix, Arizona, March 24th, 1993. That is her legal birthday. And birthplace.
Yo, it sounds kind of sexy, though. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, that's not my point, Zane. That's not my point. My point is there such thing as verbal catfishing? Because if there is, my girl Mackenzie Dern might be flirting with some lines. Neve!
it looks like she is, for sure.
This is where I need a backlight to shine on for Neve from Catfish and MTV to just, like, put in the air, you know? Neve, I need you! Catfishing moment. Brought to you by the Kaizen.
So, yeah, here we got Mackenzie Dern looking fine as well. She comes in sporting a 9-1 record, so, you know, that's looking pristine there. She's 4-1 in the UFC. You know, she has some good fights under her belt. Cooper, Cyphers, most recently Randa Marcos, who we've seen fight. You know, she does seem like a true beast, and, you know, really diving into her archives. She beat our girl Montana De La Rosa as well in some next leagues. So I'm interested to see what she does, but, you know, Virna's a beast, man. So we got Virna Jandiroba on the other side. She rocks a 16-1 record. You know, what she did lose her UFC debut. Looks like she was, you know, kind of getting her feet wet maybe. But since then, she's submitted her next two opponents, and they're no slouches in Mallory Martin and Felice Herrig. You know, really making a name for herself. I don't know where a lot of these fights are that she accumulated back in the day, but it does seem like she does have experience and has some credible fights under her belt.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing, right? So you go from Invicta to the UFC, like that's where kind of you see the long-standing female fighters come from. The funny thing about her is the one loss she's got on her record is this girl, Carla Esparza, who I just have the softest corner for. She was a contestant on one of the Toughs for female fighters, and she's just she's a dog. Like, she's an absolute dog. She's a great wrestler, never gives up. She was the victim of Joanna Jędrzejczyk when she was just on the come up. And it's like you saw heart that you fall in love with it. You just fall in love with it. The girl is a beast, and that was the girl's only loss. And so when you think about Virna, I mean, I just really want to analyze, like, that UFC record looks great, right? But at the end of the day, Mackenzie Dern is considered one of the better grapplers when it comes to female MMA. And when you look at her Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu record, I mean, she ended up losing the last three of her Brazilian grappling competitions, which I think maybe transitioned her into MMA, because it's so funny. By 2017, she had finished with Jiu-Jitsu, but by 2016, she had already made her debut as a pro. And so right now, it's so funny. You brought up our girl Montana De La Rosa. Mackenzie Dern has trouble making weight, okay? She started as a strawweight.
Okay.
And in that debut, she made weight. The very next fight, you know, Montana De La Rosa, catch weight because she couldn't make weight. Following fight, couldn't make weight. She says, you know what? I am not ready for strawweight. Let me go to flyweight. Makes it once for the debut. After that, return to strawweight because she thinks she can make weight. She kept going and then loses weight, like, can't make weight again. So this is a girl that kind of struggles. Man. Yeah, like, she kind of struggles with that part of it. But I think that when it comes to skill, she's not the best striker, but when it comes to groundwork, you see her dominate. She's a beast. She's got the body to kind of smother you. That's what jiu-jitsu is all about. You know, it's not about power. It's not about strength. It's the concept of basically octopussing another human being. And I think she's really got that ability. And that's where, for me, Jandiroba, looking at the record, like I see some submissions wins. And I've witnessed some really good overall performances from her. But Carla Esparza losses, you know, that's a wrestling match. It's a grappling match. Esparza's feisty, you know. I think Mackenzie Dern has the technical game to avoid some of those things as well. She may not be the American-style wrestler that Carla is, but she's a very, very well-versed grappler. And unless Jandiroba can really soften her up on the feet, get those legs hurting, make her uncomfortable in an area where in Dern's mind, it's like, okay, I just need to be here for as long as I need to, because at the moment I can take this to the ground, I absolutely will. And chances are I'm going to make it very difficult for her to get back up. So that's where Jandiroba really needs to unleash, because, you know, if this fight goes to the ground, you have to lean Dern, despite Jandiroba's experience, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And that'll take us right into the lines there. Who do you see as the favorite and by how much?
Yeah, so like for me, I just have to give Mackenzie Dern the edge here. I mean, everyone has always talked about her, so she's got the hype factor. Recency bias for both of them is kind of there. You know, she's taken some time off, but then come back very strong. You can't argue that both of their losses are against pretty good fighters. So yeah. At the end of the day, I'm going to go with Mackenzie Dern. I'm going to say that it just can't be by much, but it very much could be based on hype. But let's say Mackenzie Dern at a minus 180.
Dude, what are you cheating this week or what?
I swear, you know what my life has been like for the last week, and woof, I just love this card, bro. I told you going into this card, I've been looking forward to it for weeks. It's the card I know the most fighters, just like in my head. I can watch fights for hours on so many of these guys. I'm so excited, guys.
Well, this one's not even going to warrant a bell. You actually hit it right on the head. It opened at minus 180. It's minus 185 right now. Well done. You know, that was a snipe for sure.
My boy. Let's get it. Ah!
And so do you see value in Mackenzie there sitting at that number?
Yes, 100% Pies. And the reason why I say that is because Vegas agrees with me. That's a me line too. You know what I mean? That's a me line too, in the sense that if I gave you the presumption there that I could expect Vegas to go over minus 200, but they did side with me here. That's kind of like where I was going with that type of line. And so that in return to your question, yeah, bro, I see some good value there only because if this, like, can you take a punch? I think you can. That's all I need, because I know you are competitive against anybody in the world when it comes to female fighters on the ground. I know that for sure.
Perfect, and that's what we're looking for. So looks like we're going to lock that one in.
Yes, sir. Get him. Wow, Pies, I told you I was pumped, yo. All
of our picks are going to be locked in on Instagram, on Twitter. We'll be making sure to post all our plays, including the entire fight night card, all of our picks. As always, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Anything else you want to plug, Siraj?
Yeah, honestly, guys, this is probably gonna be my favorite card in a very, very long time, and so I'm gonna try my absolute best with Paisan to get as much content rolling out as we can for this week. We're gonna have a lot of fun with it, and I'm excited to maybe get together with you, Pies, and watch, because this is gonna be an absolute fire card. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, I can't wait either. It was a pleasure, Siraj. Love talking to you, man.
You too, my boy. Maybe I'll be back in my Edward Snowden dungeon soon, but till then, peace out, y'all.
Later.